Guys, I have a request. We have a request. What I want you to do, if you have been watching this show from the beginning and you're familiar with it, take a look at the list and tell us what your favorite episode was. At least pick a couple of your favorite episodes. Tell us which ones you liked the best. Tell us what it was you liked about them. You know, was it the lighting, the setup? Was it just the way, the jokes, per se? But, visually speaking, the beginning, take into account everything. And tell us what you liked the most so we can, start putting some kind of a formula to this thing.
Yeah.
A
formula to an overdose.
This guy wants to fucking get some smack later. I told him no.
No, I didn't.
No, sir.
I did not. That's a motherfucking lie. And if you deny, I'll punch you in your eye.
Oh, man.
Or die.
So
Aye.
So here's the thing. All the rest of this is
how's your Wi-Fi?
I'm not using.
Sigh.
I'm gonna cut out that part where I asked them to leave some comments.
Yeah.
Put it to the side. Stick it at the end of the episode.
Sure.
Or maybe right at the beginning, right after the music. Put that there and then run the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting and pasting is. I'm getting pretty good at that.
Mm-hmm.
At least manipulating that shit I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but like if I get a good program,
yeah,
it'll have a fucking sticker at the bottom that says like made on.
Yeah.
Vimeo.
Yeah, and you don't want that shit.
No, I don't.
You don't want that watermark shit.
All right.
Yeah.
And even then, none of the free ones, have a dual camera option.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or a dual mic option.
Yeah.
So if my program would allow it, I could just we'd each have a mic, and we could each have a camera, and I could switch back and forth between us as we talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like switch, and then do a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
You can have more cameras, but the thing is, those programs, they're expensive. It's like $100-something for a program, and then I think you actually have to pay monthly.
The fuck?
Or maybe it's a yearly subscription to like get all the things unlocked on it.
See, that's gay.
Like you buy the program and it gives you all the basics, but then there's things like extras.
Look, I get that. You know what I'm saying? Like plugins and all of that shit, whatever. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they get you, right? But to say a person has to pay a subscription implies that they have to pay at some point and then they have to pay again. And then they have to pay again. You know what I'm saying? That shit I don't like. Because it's almost like
but that's what they do.
But it's almost like you have to pay to keep the door open.
To be in the club.
That's bullshit, man.
To have all the extra things.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because the way it's supposed to be, nigga, is you pay for the additional content and then it's yours to use. You own it. You're paying to buy. You're buying it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, that's bullshit, man.
I mean, I'm sure there are things that you pay and buy, but I think that there's also things that you have to be subscribed to. I'm not sure, but But I've heard of it. I've heard of that being an issue.
Yeah. Like if that's the case, that's bullshit, man. That's fucked up.
Right, but because I do things like I look up like what's the best programs for editing, how to do picture-in-picture, all that shit. But all I find is like, oh, here's the best one, and it costs this much money. You know what I mean? Like,
how much is the best one?
Oh, like $100.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like the best one.
Like the ones I saw, yeah. The ones I saw where people were like, this is definitely what you want to go with, so you can do all the things that YouTubers do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a list of them.
I don't consider myself a YouTuber.
Well, I mean, you are.
I don't consider myself a YouTuber.
Be that as it may. I am. I'm doing.
What's that sound? Oh, you're fingering the clit on the bench? Fingering that shit?
I'm Pinocchio and this is my wooden dick. I'm knocking on my wooden dick.
Knocking on my wooden dick. Knocking on my wooden dick.
Pinocchio was a really twisted story, man.
I will be a real life boy.
Right.
Yeah, did you ever see that meme? Like cut a little boy's like his whole fucking skin off his head.
Yeah.
He's like, I will be a real life boy. He's like putting the shit on his head.
That's funny. I will be.
Yeah. literally, that's what it said.
I will be, you motherfucker. It just made me think of Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
Shaved Stanley, where he like shaved his whole face off.
Yeah, all the way down to the skull and shit.
Yeah. Pretty gross.
Yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids, baby. How come, like, even way back in the day when Garbage Pail Kids were a thing,
yeah,
the gum was already stale, like as if it was an antique.
Yeah, no bullshit.
The gum was like an antique.
I think that was on
already.
purpose. I think that was on purpose. Like, like if you think about it, it fits the theme.
I have a theory now. I just figured it out.
Like the gum, like you know how some gum is stiff and you start chewing it and then it gets soft.
Right,
like that
right.
gum, it's like you try to bite it and just
right, it turns
like biting a cracker.
Yeah, but I think they do it. I think they did it because they had to use a special kind of gum that wasn't wet.
That's gross.
Because the cards will get wet if you have like a stick of Wrigley's Chew, some premium bubble gum up in that bitch. Like,
yeah,
I think
it's gonna get a little moist.
It might ruin the cards, like the sugar, and all that too.
Yeah.
So now I think that there's a special bubble
like
gum.
that never usually happened with the bubble gum used to come in the baseball cards though.
Yeah, it did. To me, it was all the same. If bubble gum comes in a card pack, it's like eating a fucking communion wafer. You know what I mean? This shit is like fucking exactly hard tack. And you know that's what they used to pack in the soldiers for them to eat while they were out and about, you know, their ration.
Mm-hmm.
Back in like the Civil War days, they made hardtack, and it was just like salt, sugar, flour, and water. And that shit was like they'd make these biscuits, and they were like hard as fuck, but they would last.
It was just like basic ass nutrients,
kind of like that
calories,
like that Elven bread. Yeah. It's the basic, just basics.
Yeah.
You get salt, keeps you kind of alert.
Yeah.
You get the carbs from the bread, and
the flour.
The sugar gives you that.
Whoa, shit! What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Where the hell did I hit it? Oh shit, man! My bad, bro. Sorry about that, man. I apologize. That's the outtake right there.
And tasty too.
I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, and it's just like that shit. You know, oops, what did I come in here for? I was supposed to press the button.
What would you do if you went back and it was like, oh, the episode's uploaded, right?
Yeah.
And then like halfway through the episode, I clip it together, so I go down there, and then I just show a full male explicit porno of like a male blowjob.
What the fuck?
And then I come back up. What would you do if that was like on like YouTube? If you were part of that, would you be like, take that shit down, man? I would. If I saw it, I would be like, take that down. That would just be so disturbing, dude. But you know, there's nothing worse than seeing that shit too, man. Because there was this fucking Spanish kid, and this dude, Shay. His name's Shay, okay? Number one, so he's obviously fucking soft.
Okay.
And we're at a party, we're all hanging out, everybody's partying, right? I just randomly go in the back room. It was an empty apartment, right? And there's Shay sucking this little Spanish guy's dick. And I never got over how disgusting that shit looked. I was like, oh my fucking god. Oh my god, dude. They came out of that back room with... I left the room. Alerted everyone. Right?
Like, Shay back there sucking somebody's dick.
Right. Shay has got a mouth. Maybe not full, but there's a penis in that mouth. You know what I mean? What the fuck? And you know what? Now it seems homophobic. Now that I'm like, I've grown past that, I'm like, hey, whatever, man. They were friends.
They were something else.
Well, I mean,
no,
I don't think they were married or dating.
No. They were secret lovers. That's what they are.
They were like, here, suck my dick. Oh, suck your dick. We'll be gay and we'll leave this town and get rich and
suck each other's dicks forever.
just be rich. Because that's what gay people do, man. They get rich. And then they buy a house like way out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
A beautifully beautifully like
architected house.
Yeah,
beautifully
yeah.
constructed single faggot home.
Masterpieces in the woods.
Single faggot home.
Yeah, yeah. I actually saw this whole fucking thing about it where it was just like gay couples and their homes, right? That's what it was about. It wasn't specific.
It was a show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was these gay couples and their homes, and they were like, "Oh, this is not where we live," you know. And the homes were beautiful, beautiful homes, right? But all of them joints were in the woods, like up on a mountain and shit. I'm like, definitely
Brokeback Mountain.
Maybe, possibly. Most of them were females, by the way. It was lesbian couples who had these beautiful houses, man. It was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I wonder if like so it's like the older, uglier one has the pretty one, and she'd just be like, "You get on there, you blah, blah, blah. Slop, make it top like some pussy on the mop." I don't know.
Suck that wop.
Right.
That moppy wop.
Right, that song, dude. Off the break, tits are fake. Sloppy, nasty pussy. Get the shovel in the rake. Got that slop ass pussy.
That's how the song starts? No. Oh, that's the WAP remix.
Yeah, that's my remix. Because honestly, it just sounds nasty to me. That's it. Just nasty. And when she says macaroni,
now you don't like macaroni no more.
ugh. No, I can eat macaroni still, but I don't want my bitch pussy to smell like, or you know, to sound like or look like it's got macaroni on it. I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be thinking like, man, that bitch got macaroni all over her pussy. What if you got real freaky with your bitch in the bedroom and you just like put Elmer's glue on her pussy and then put dry like macaronis
What the fuck, man?
on it? Like
Why?
All beforehand you sit there and you paint the macaronis and make them colorful, right? And then you just put some Elmer's glue on that pussy and just
Why, man?
put macaroni on it. Like back in the day, you know, back in like preschool.
I must have missed that one. Like, I mean, I know what you're doing with preschool and shit, but why would you do that to the pussy?
I don't know. Because I'm immature. I must be literally preschool level of maturity, I guess. Like, you show me a pussy and I want to, like, make a macro. I want to put glue on it and then put glitter. You know what I mean? Let me put some Elmer's glue on you. Let me dump that glitter on, too. Put some macaroni. Put some macaroni. Put some macaroni.
Let me stir you.
Let me do what I do. Like a preschooler. I'm going to fuck you. Whoa, wait a minute. I'm sorry, man. I gotta stop right there because things got pedophilic.
Yes,
they might shut us down on YouTube. But I wasn't talking about me. I said like a preschooler, I'm gonna fuck you, like as like Abed preschooler, and I'm fucking.
I don't think that metaphor works on any level. I don't think that one works on any level. Yeah.
But if I'm a preschooler, it's not wrong.
But
Preschoolers can get away with anything.
You said like a preschooler. I'ma fuck you. What?
What do you think the cops would do if they walked in and number one, this chick was crawling out of a house, right? And the cops saw it. They ran over there. And the girl was like, oh my God, I just was tied up and raped and now my boyfriend's in there and he tried to save me, but he's dead because the guy killed him. And there's 3 other dead people in there. And you go in, right? You're a cop. And it's literally a toddler, 2.5 years old. Can you prosecute?
No.
What do you do then? What would you do if it was a toddler?
They wouldn't believe that the toddler did it. They would believe she did it.
Yeah, right.
They would believe she did it.
But unless the toddler's standing there like,
oh nah. Oh, then them niggas either gonna call for backup, get scared, shoot it, or leave.
they'll think it's Chucky. Probably think it's Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god, it literally is Chucky. Blah, blah, blah.
On
the police report, Chucky.
Right, but see, the problem is like, in the moment of hesitation between, like, first the initial shock of, you know, walking in the door and first visualizing a baby standing there, like at that point you're still in shock. You're not even in process mode yet. You're like, hold on, what the fuck? Right? You know, the baby's standing there like, nigga, what's up? Right? You're like, what the fuck? And then you're like, wait, what's going on? You know,
I'm a baby, motherfucker. I didn't run at you. Ah!
Yeah, it's too late. You're dead. You ain't gonna have time to shoot.
Right.
It's over.
Because he, obviously can kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but let's
CQC,
say,
baby.
Let's say finally everything gets locked down. The house is surrounded. Like, everybody's like, there's a guy outside like, baby! You know what I mean? Release the police officers that you have hostage, right?
Yeah.
And finally, they know it's the baby.
Yeah.
Like, he comes out with the cop and throws the cop down.
Yeah.
And puts his hands up. What's the sentence?
Well, here's the thing. With a case so rare and unique. God, hold on, Michael J. Fox. Hold on. All right, now here's the thing. In a very unique set of circumstances like that, you know what would happen?
What?
They would, quote unquote, detain the baby, right?
Yeah.
They would detain the baby.
Detain the baby.
Yeah, some kind of way. You know, they would have to use straps because those handcuffs are not going to work.
Put your hands on the back of the feet.
Yeah. Stick your ass down, drop and repeat.
Right. Put your hands on the back of your feet, baby.
And the baby like, what?
Put your hands on the back of your feet.
Stick your butt out, drop down and repeat.
Now, twerk it. Now, let me say this. Netflix has that damn movie on now that made everybody stop subscribing.
Oh, the one about the twerking kids
Yeah,
and shit?
see,
Yeah.
I'm not going to click on it because then it'll be on my history forever.
I haven't clicked on it.
Right? And because I don't want to, like, condone that shit.
Yeah.
But, like, what do? Do I cancel my Netflix subscription? I know it came to this, but do I fucking cancel on them? Like, because that's what it boils down to. Here's the thing, and this is something, for some reason, I think Uzi was just looking for a reason to argue with me, but this is what started our argument. Yeah. I put up a post about Cobra Kai being, like, over-sexualized. Okay. As in, it's like a new Netflix show, and it's about high school kids.
I know what Cobra Kai is.
The show?
Yeah, it's like the Karate Kid joint.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you watched have you watched it?
I watched all of it.
Oh, the show?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was funny when you mentioned it in what was it? 11? No, 11 or 12?
Right.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, man. Did you or did you not notice that they said pussy almost every episode? They said the word pussy once or twice.
I don't want to say I noticed it every single episode, but now that you mention it, I do remember, especially, you know, the Cobra Kai dojo, you know, don't be a pussy.
Right.
Yeah. Blah 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 is a pussy.
And then they're in the school fighting, and it's like you're a pussy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, number one, although some people may say that's just okay, that word in its connotation means this or that.
Yeah.
I think that it's kind of wrong to start normalizing the cuss words. You know what I mean? As far as children are concerned. Now, here's another thing. He was the main kid, the Spanish kid. I forget his name.
Whatever.
He broke his neck.
Yeah.
He goes into the dojo at one point, and he's talking to blonde guy, Johnny. And he's like, Johnny's like, he's like,
Miguel.
Right. So he says something about a date or something in his phone involving a girl, and then Johnny goes, "Does it involve a three-way?" It's not worth it then. So I was like, that's a kind of a fucked up joke to throw in there, right? And then all through every time they would show like scenes where somebody was like doing a speaking thing, like when they spoke over the intercom, or when there was somebody doing a speech, it was always like, in these days of racism and hate, it's best that we have inclusivity and make sure everybody gets a say and no more hate. You know what I mean? I was just like, okay. There was even a slight offhand joke about the president. They never said Trump or anything, but there was a slight offhand joke dissing the president. You know what I mean? Now, there was also a scene where the kids are all partying and drinking, right? Number one, if teenagers are watching this show, which it's geared towards the kids to bring them back to Karate Kid.
Right.
And if they are watching it, they're like, man, so in high schools, there's lots of problems with like kids having oral sex, and front wedgies are a thing. Let's do front wedgies. Do you remember that scene on the beach? She gives that girl a front wedgie.
Yeah.
It was like, and then later they said it. She was like, "Oh, you mean the front wedgie? Yeah, I bet her vagina's gonna hurt." It's like, okay, a little kid or a teenager or even a high schooler is watching this, and they're now thinking about like front wedgies and vaginas. They're not thinking about Karate Kid. They totally put way too much extra shit in this. They went away from the spirit. It's not, to me, anything like any of the movies. Unless you're talking about the Karate Kid Part 4, where it was a girl.
Yeah.
Then it was kind of... But that still had Mr. Miyagi in it.
Yeah.
But even then, that's kind of like, okay. I can handle that because the acting was still okay. This is like some fucking... It's like Nickelodeon made it. Only they got to do like, rated mature.
Yeah. It's like
shit.
Boy Meets World on Rated R.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the acting is that way too. All of it is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but see. That being said, I don't really have a problem with it though, because I like Boy Meets World. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that joint.
All right. Well, I mean, it is a far cry from the acting that Ralph Macchio did.
Sure.
And the kid from the Cobra Kai.
Yeah. How
they acted.
Yeah.
It's a far cry.
Better.
That was art back then. You really believed he was Danielson. Like, it's hard for me sometimes to remember, Ralph Macchio, because I want to say Daniel LaRusso.
Yeah.
Daniel LaRusso is a person in my mind.
Right, I got you.
Mr.
I got
Miyagi.
you. I hear what you're saying, but I put you like this: like, there's one character in that show, bro, that has that same aura. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't start off that way, same way like Danielson.
The lip
in the
guy.
movie. Yes.
Even him, it's like there's parts where it's just like I feel it's corny.
Even like, don't be a pussy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of corny too. Well, they're trying to show him to be like the mean tough guy. Oh yeah, here's another thing.
Well, but see, you gotta understand though. Part of that though is like, they're portraying it that way, but that's also partly true. There's some truth in that. You know what I'm saying? Because the kid that got picked on forever, you know what I'm saying, came into something that helped him build his confidence,
right.
And he went OD with it. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's who he is.
Let me just lay you out this little snake. It's like a plot line that you kind of maybe didn't see, okay? Angry white man brings in a group of minority students, right? They teach him to be a calmer white man, and to gain and get his morals in check. Contrast him to his stepdad, who's a white man who didn't get his morals in check.
Yeah.
And they show him sitting there with like food all over his face, and like, you just want my money. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, dude. Like, can we not do that? Because who's the other old white man in the show? Fucking Kreese.
Oh yeah.
Racist, mean, bad guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there's like
fucking dick.
Right, so all the white guys in the show, all the white people, the white men are bad guys. And even the main protagonist starts out as a bad guy. And this is
You're talking about Johnny's son.
Yeah. So this is no, not Johnny's son. Just Johnny. Yeah.
But his son though started off as a bad guy.
His son, yeah, he did. Well, kind of in a way. They didn't do
Remember,
it.
because he was stealing and shit.
He was stealing in the very, very beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Started off as a bad guy.
Yeah, but he was the good guy once he entered the plot line. He became a good guy no matter what, and now he's turned into a bad guy. So it's kind of like that's why I don't like that's why I said it's like Nickelodeon style writing, because they just had to throw in that thing in the beginning where he's a bad boy. They didn't have to. Honestly, if they didn't have that in there, if it was just that, yeah, he had problems with his dad because his dad left.
I mean, but it wasn't just that, though. It was also problems with his mom because she always was gone.
Right.
And all of that shit. There was no food in the house. You know what I'm saying?
And he showed to have extreme courage. He showed to have, like, patience with all that. Like, he managed to be like, okay, I know what to do. This is wrong. I know the difference between right and wrong and all that shit. Right away. I mean, as soon as it was like, hey, don't be a criminal no more, he was like, okay, I'm not a criminal no more. His buddies come around, I don't want to do it. You know? So there is no real story arc because they fucked it up in the beginning. You couldn't take a good guy turned bad guy. It's like bad guy turned good guy is still a bad guy.
No, turned good, but then went back to his old ways.
Well, so far he hasn't gone all the way back, but he did kick that guy over the rail and run. So he ran. That's one thing.
Because why do you think he ran?
Because he didn't want to get busted.
Yeah. Because he knows.
Yeah.
That's a charge.
Right.
Could be misconstrued as attempted murder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So.
That's heavy.
I don't know. Because I have to watch it.
Why?
Because it's the Karate Kid. And if this is the only thing they're going to give us more.
Why, you like the Karate Kid?
Yeah. I grew up with it. You know, fucking doing the crane kick. Standing on any pole.
That joint was funny as shit, though, in the finals and shit. The first joint he did, he crane kicked the nigga in the face to start the match and shit.
Right. And you know what's funny, too?
That was funny as shit, yeah.
What's funny is they bring it up in the show.
Yeah.
And it's a fallacy in the old original movie that kick was an illegal kick, apparently. Now, I'm not sure if that's exactly true, but if so, that would be a fallacy in the original show. Like, it would be like, oh, Daniel, illegal kick. Not you win.
Yeah.
You know? But, they literally mimicked everything they could from the original Karate Kid. They mimicked everything they could. Down to the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Down to putting him in the fucking skeleton costume.
The music.
Putting him in the Thriller costume.
Remember that bullshit? Same shit. The little joint where they went to the little carnival shit or whatever with the mini golf and the arcade and all that bullshit. That joint.
Hey.
Wax on, wax off.
I just thought it was
paint the fence.
I thought it was dirty, to be honest. Like when I was like, okay, there's Miguel and he's talking to homegirl, right? And then honestly, it did not take much for all of a sudden main man's like holding her back as they walk away. I'm with her now. You know? Or like they're on the beach and there's the fight goes on and she storms off. Why didn't Miguel, her boyfriend, go running after her?
Cause he
Right. But he should. But
because the bitch was Jai in the cut though. Remember?
I got you right, but I'm saying like
that's why he was like, you know what? Fuck that bitch, man. What's up, shawty? Remember?
Yeah, but at that time it wasn't. She wasn't there, so I'm just like, you know what? None of it really made a lot of sense, and it seemed like a dickhead move. I did not like what's his name, Johnny's son. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
he's a little prick.
He's just sliding up on homegirl.
Yeah, he's a little prick.
Right.
He's a little prick in their house.
Exactly.
Nigga, can you imagine, my nigga? Can you imagine, my nigga? Your house, right? You let this nigga stay with you. You train him. You gonna fuck my daughter, nigga? In my house? In my bed that I pay money for?
Right. Well, I mean, think about it from the other side. Johnny, he's like, man, I got a dojo and everything.
Right.
And my son's going to go train at your dojo?
Right. Motherfucker.
Right? You're going to let him live with you?
Motherfucker.
Right? Wait, you're going to give him your daughter?
Right. Motherfucker. Right. And remember we ran up on him and shit. He was like, look, can we just have some breakfast? Remember that bullshit?
Yeah.
The way I came out, look, can we just have some breakfast? And be some adults? And have some breakfast?
And then 5 minutes later, they're all laughing.
Right.
And then 5 minutes later, it's like fighting. That was another bitch move. When he came, homegirl was at dude's house. His daughter was back at their house. She got drunk. So Danny's coming around looking for her. Is my daughter in there? And the guy's like, no, go away. And they're like having a door pushing match. He's like, don't come in till you've chilled out. Right. Like I was like,
and he kicked the door open and shit.
Yeah,
like nigga, that's breaking and entering.
Right, but it's also a bitch move to be like, you look irrational and try to slam the door in his face.
Right.
You're a karate master. Right. Open the door all the way and say, look, nothing happened. They needed to come here so they didn't get in trouble or get in an accident. Whoa. Point blank. That's all they needed to do. That's the problem with all these shows. They always do things.
They always go for the drama.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like...
That's how you get the bitches to watch.
Oh my God, somebody shot Johnny. Right? And then everybody goes, huh? Who shot Johnny? I don't know. And then the one person who saw who shot Johnny is like... doesn't say nothing. Even though they're a part of the clique. What gets me the worst, dude, when they're doing CPR on somebody, every time somebody is like drowns or something, or they're dying, and the guy comes over and he's doing CPR, there's somebody behind him going, stop, it's over, it's done, it's not, just stop it, please. Stop. And he's just like, no, I'm gonna go. And they're like, stop it. And then the guy comes back to life.
Yeah.
Hey, don't ever listen if somebody's like, stop, it's over. Give me CPR until your arms hurt and you have no more lung breath left. Yeah. Use your last bit of energy giving me CPR, okay? Don't let no bitch behind you or let anybody tell you, just stop, he's gone. Keep trying, right? Because especially in these shows, every time they keep trying, and you're saying, stop, he's gone. No, he wasn't gone.
Yeah. It's almost like you wanted him to be gone.
Stop, he's gone.
Fuck you. Oh, you people like that. Fuck you.
Right, can you imagine if you were choked out like that and you were dying and shit and they were like, stop, he's gone, but you could hear it?
Yeah. Oh, that's fucked up.
You know what I mean?
You come back to like...
Nah, and you're just like...
Fuck you forever!
You're down there and you're just like, man, it'd take like 2 more pumps and I'm up. And somebody's like, stop it, he's gone. And you're like, no, don't stop. But you can't say nothing, right? Shit. Just like, no, don't stop. And then the guy's like, oh, you're right. Oh, you're right.
Oh, man. Damn, that's dark humor.
Let's not put myself through the mental anguish of trying
to
bring this guy back to life.
And this motherfucker 2 pumps from like, no.
Just push down 2 more times.
Right. Just tap.
Right? You're right. Dude, yeah. Or
like face right at the surface, like right here, and shit. Just one more.
Right? I'm almost out the water, guys. Right? I'm like nope. Please. And then you just feel yourself going back down, and then you feel the pump count going. Like you're gonna do 5 more pumps now. Oops, 10 more pumps.
Oh fuck.
You're gonna need 20 more pumps now. Shit. Somebody's have to go 50 more times on you. 100 more pumps. Oh, you're dying. You get out of that point where it's like somebody has to like give you 1,000 pumps, and they gave up after like 25.
If you know when they use the electric pads or whatever.
Yeah.
How many pumps would that count as?
Oh, I don't know, man. I know when I get rich, I'm just gonna carry one with me.
Yeah.
Right.
To use on yourself or other people?
On myself. Like if I feel my heart like going out.
You could stop your heart like that, though.
Not if it knows what's good for it.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that, man.
Okay.
Can't beat that logic.
Kill Bill. What a thrill. That's those magnets.
Huh?
That's those magnets.
Yeah. Chirp magnets.
Yeah, it makes a very interesting sound. Yeah, sounds like an insect or something.
But
Yo, can you imagine like 1,000 people doing that all simultaneously? God damn.
no, but what I can tell you I experienced was being out with somebody, camping at night, and doing that in the middle of the night.
Oh, it scared the shit out of them.
I wasn't in. I closed my tent up like I was in there, but I was like asleep. Yeah. But I was just out a little ways behind their tent, and I was just like, right. It's all dark. All you hear chirping, and of course you hear other things.
Yeah.
Even things similar.
Yeah.
But nothing that's like.
Yeah. And that shit sounds close as fuck.
Right, and then all you do is move up a little bit, wait 5 minutes, creep near the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Like right next to him, hit that joint. Oh, you can't fail. You can't fail.
Yeah.
No misfires. Like, next thing you know, it's like right next to their ear. They're like, oh shit, it's right next to my tent. I love fucking with people, man, camping, man. I love camping. I love the woods. Any man who doesn't love the woods is slightly feminized and is brainwashed by the man.
That doesn't make sense. Slightly feminized yet brainwashed by the man.
Yeah, the man as in society. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Corporate America.
Okay.
Keeps people brainwashed, keeps them down, keeps them docile, not wanting to do nothing. But if you become a solid woodsman,
Chopping wood.
if you become a solid woodsman, dude, you don't really have anything to fear. Like if everything went to shit, all you'd have to do is find some good woods, and you could survive. You know what I mean? I can survive. I know how to live, man. I'll eat fucking roots out the ground, buddy. Give me some sassafras root, make some medicine up.
Sassafras.
Yeah, I know how to find all them different roots. In this area, there's a few different ginseng root.
What's sassafras?
It's what they use to make root beer.
Okay.
So.
Because there's a street in Fairfax we deliver to called Sassafras.
Oh yeah. Well, the roots are like really long, you know, but you chew on them joints and then you can taste the root, like this licorice. It's like root beer. It tastes like root beer, but without, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I used to go out there and get that shit.
I mean, it's funny though. Root beer, but yeah, it's root.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny.
I wonder if you could ferment it and make it actually alcoholic.
Who knows?
I'll ask Debo on C Block.
Debo.
Yeah. Those guys can ferment anything. You hand that guy a fucking basket. You hand that guy a fucking pair of fucking Nikes and they'll ferment you some liquor. You know what I mean? You can fucking whatever. Hand them anything. Hand them all your laundry. Next thing you know, they made some liquor. They in there drinking your laundry.
That's disgusting.
You can do it though.
What's swole?
Swole? I mean, there's different ways to make swole, but basically you're gonna get you a ramen, right? Cook the ramen up, get that shit. You like put like, well, it's hopefully you've got some Slim Jims, so you can break them up and put them all up in there, right? And then you want to get about 3 packs of crackers.
Okay.
Like 3 packs, because you know there's not a lot of noodles. If you push down and it's like a lot of water, you know, like the broth and everything. Yeah. So then you just crush your crackers up, preferably some like the cheese crackers and cheese joints. Just crush them all up, pack that joint full, and then just like wait a little bit. Keep that shit covered up. Just let it sit, because it's already hot from the microwave because you cooked it. You know. Now you just let that shit sit. For a while. When you come back, man,
that's gonna be swole.
That's some swole. Now let me tell you, there's different ways to hook it up. Because if it's Sunday now, they're gonna bring you like a nice link of chicken leg or a breast or something. So what you're gonna want to, definitely gonna want to hold back on eating that. strip all the meat off and everything. Go get you a cup of noodles or something and just put all the meat in it and just save it. Because you're allowed to have a cup of noodles in your room.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to have a chicken leg.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to bring your food from the tray in your cell.
Mm-hmm.
I call it my room because back then it was like a home. But anyway, so you can make it to where you've got all the bread from the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the chicken too.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that's better than Slim Jims. You know, you get a whole bunch of chicken, put it in that joint. Fuck, I might not even want to put the crackers in there, but I'll put the crackers in. Fuck it. And then take the bread, take off all the crust. Surgically, you don't want to lose no bread, man. Just get the crust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lay them out like shingles, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then get like a pencil and just roll it out so it's like a really long, flat piece of dough. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get it all worked together. You probably want to take some of that chicken, like the juices and stuff from the chicken, that soup that you just made, chicken swole. Before you make the swole, put some of that liquid down so you can mash those. You got to stick them together like blunts. You know, all the bread.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get it to stick together.
Yeah.
And just mashing it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But yeah, at that point, once you get to that point, you can then lay that whole fucking cup of noodles, swole, that whole thing, lay it out.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap that shit in the bread.
Mm-hmm.
Burrito style. Now, if you want, and I suggest doing this, take some Doritos or some what do you call them? Those cheese curls.
Yeah.
Crush them up.
Cheese
on
puffs.
It. Yeah. Well, not the puffs. The Cheetos, like Cheetos.
Okay.
Put them in there, and some Doritos for some crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not gonna get much crunch. It's swole. It's like just. Yeah, but you pack a whole layer of fucking Doritos on top, it's a whole different ball game, man. It's like you're eating a fucking, I don't know, like the arm of God. She like God's cock. It's got the perfect amount of crunch. You know what I mean? You can't say no to it. No matter how hetero you are. If God's cock is like, whoa, you're just like,
shut up, man. Shut the fuck up.
God's like, whoa, you're like, you know what that means when God goes, oh.
I know you should stop saying that shit.
It means that you're supposed to go, oh. And then like all the people in the Buddhist temple are lined up and they're all going, oh. But they don't see him, Buddha, his spirit form. He's just in there like, oh. Moves on to the next guy. Oh, yeah, that's so funny.
That's twisted.
It is twisted.
Yes, brother. Hey, bro, you know there's been another 45 minutes.
I know. We got 2 episodes. We have to have part 1 and part 2.
What the fuck, man?
I mean, I could release both of them at the same time, honestly. So. I know, probably to talk about like different religious figures and doing weird things with them. I don't know, man. I just feel like God's my bro. Like you act like everybody's so fucking scared of him, but I swear to God, it's like the retard in Peanut Butter Falcon, where Shia LaBeouf was like, "Look, man, don't treat him like a retard. I don't see him like that." The guy was like, "I have special needs," right? And Shia LaBeouf was like, I don't give a fuck. You're gonna carry your weight. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, man. Like that made him feel like a man again. Like the retarded kid, he felt like a man. Down syndrome kid, pardon me. Mm-hmm. But you know, making him carry his weight and everything turned him into a man by the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Instead of just being a coddled, like person that everybody like takes care of and makes sure he's not angry or whatever. I feel the same way about that's my relationship with God. So when I tell the dirtiest jokes, he laughs. I think he laughs because nobody's doing it. Who else? How else is he gonna get to see that kind of humor?
I got you. I hear what you're saying, bro. But you also got to remember too, bro. Some motherfuckers that have said shit, trying to test God and stuff like that, paid for it. One example that comes to mind immediately is the Titanic.
I know, and I should be dead by now because I've literally stood in the rain and been like, "Damn you, God!" But he understands. He understands we're flawed, fallible people.
Yes.
That love is all encompassing, and it's like your kids. Your kids like lash out and do bad shit, but you still love them. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna, I don't know, man. That's just the way I feel about it, and so I think a lot of times people do get offended by the things I say, but I think that is within themselves and their own relationship with God. Yeah. In which case, I would say, what would God do to you if He heard you talking that way?
Well,
what would He do? What would your God do to you? Like, it sounds like He would fucking like do something bad if He heard you making fun of Him or something like.
Well, I mean, I'll put it to you like this. I'm gonna humanize a little bit for you. Let's think about the movie 300 for a second, right? Xerxes, the God King, right? What if one of his minions were to mock him? Dead.
Right.
Dead.
Right. Xerxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got you. Well, I mean, but then literally think of, I don't know, our version of, because it seems like Xerxes is the bad.
Huh?
Xerxes is the epitome of like egocentrical evil in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would make me feel like, I don't know, not sad, but I don't know what to do about it. That's the thing. Like, I would be like, dang, you're under an egocentrical evil entity? Man, I don't know what to do about it. I can't stop you. No, I can't do anything about it, but it's just like, I know that there is none of that waiting for me. If there is, it's something that has taken over the other side. The other side of life is death, and it's meant for us.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
It is meant for us. It's made for us. Whatever we go into, it's natural. Yeah. So if it were to be that we entered into a realm where like tentacled monsters tore us apart, or there was a hellfires burning, that would mean that the other world has been taken over by some kind of evil entity. So just the idea of there being punishment after death means that death is now occupied territory by the enemy. So it's not even something I could take seriously. It was just something I would have to basically get through at that point. At that point, your job, if there is hell after death, your job is to change that hell back into heaven.
See, here's the thing. This is, I don't know, maybe you miss this, maybe you don't, but this is something that hasn't been mentioned. When you talk about God, right? The Creator, right? The Creator knows all, sees all, right? So the most wicked thing a man can do, he already knows.
No.
Yes.
I don't think so, man. I think that there's limits to it. I think know all and see all is different than is looking at everything all at once. Like, I don't know.
I don't want to frame
so your
it.
future is dictated already. He already knows that you killed that guy when you're 60. He already knows that.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, fuck it.
But see, the thing is, you know what I mean? But
no changing it. As of right now, let's just say he already knows that I go to heaven. Let's just say that, right?
Okay.
I could live the whole rest of my life. If all of a sudden, if I was privy to the knowledge, and I was like, oh shit, so at the very end, I go to heaven.
But see, that's the thing. If you were privy to the knowledge. But see, that's the whole thing, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole aspect of, faith or belief, or whatever word you want to put behind it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have access to that understanding, that knowledge, that end. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was like you were talking earlier about, you know, a story arc or, you know, like a story of a person's life, like a book,
Right.
like a book of deeds.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm basically, it's a book that's already there. You can't read. It's a book in the library.
It's a book of you.
Right.
Of everything that has and will be.
But technically speaking, there could be a way for people to find these things out. There could be a way for you to tap into that somehow. Maybe even through dreams, you're given premonitions, things like that. But my real point here is that if all fate is decided, there's nothing holding me back. Nothing.
What do you mean? Like holding you back from
living any way I want. Like and repressing any like patience I have, repressing any goodness of my own, and just going full-fledged ham and seeing how much I can take from the world while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a lot of people that's like that. There's a lot of people that have come and gone that were like that.
Right. They
You know,
died that way.
Some of them died horrible deaths.
And it was already known. And there's another guy that's already known who hasn't even been born yet who's going to do that.
Okay, but see, here's the thing though. Do you know what's going to happen to you on your birthday?
No. Well,
that's my point.
But see, I had a premonition where it was like a news report, right? Mm-hmm. Standing outside of a home, and it was like, it was here in this home that just 2 days after his 43rd birthday, Andrew was murdered. And I was like, what the fuck? In my dream, right? It was like a news report on the television of me dying 2 days after my 43rd birthday, which is coming up. And I was like, it was weird. In my dream, I was like, wait. This dream is talking about my actual numbers now. Let's not do that. Like, why couldn't it have said, like, 2 days after his 23rd birthday? Like, made it fake.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you already lived past that. Yeah.
Right. Make it fake. Don't make it like a premonition.
Yeah, man, that's out there. That's out there. Yeah.
It was in the dream. So
that's out there.
What can I say? Maybe that was just like something that you could have happened, so you have a dream about it, instead of something that did happen that you don't have a dream about.
Who knows? Yeah. I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks, won't we?
Yes, we will. Oh, man.
You have anyone that you pissed off?
No. But Julie with the SEIU 32BJ union.
Yeah.
They want me to come and fight for working people across the East Coast and in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
The general election is Tuesday, and Democrats really need money. No, thank you. No, thank you. You know what's funny? I haven't seen very many like ads on my YouTube and Facebook and shit about like Republicans asking for donations and money. I don't see any of that.
I never see them.
But I always see on my YouTube, it's like, the election's coming up and our deadline is up to take in donations. Please, we need you now. Like, we can't do this without your help.
Like, well, fuck your dick.
But you know what they're admitting right there?
Yeah.
They're saying
they're desperate.
They're saying that it's the deadline. They can't do it without my help. That means they can't do it. So what are we going to bet on? The people who are like, we can do this, or the people who are like, we won't be able to do it without your, you know, like, I'm betting on the guys who are like, we can do this, because you're already admitting you can't. Right?
Yeah.
How is it that you know you can't do this? Because everything that you talk about is just built on fucking fake politics. Fake politics, man. Things that are supposed to drive people like you and me apart. We are not supposed to be on a podcast agreeing and laughing at racist jokes. We're not, right?
Yeah, but man, bro, we ain't the average people though, bro. We ain't the average people though, bro.
I'm saying though, actually, I think the problem is that all the average people, they're getting brainwashed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're getting brainwashed, man.
Yep.
To the point where
they drinking that warm Kool-Aid. That's what they doing.
Yeah, and they're
drinking that
super
warm
brazen
Kool-Aid.
about it, you know. Like
I drink the warm Kool-Aid.
Anyway, I think it's time to call it. You know what? As soon as I start thinking about other people and the way they act, it's like all heart just leaves me. I'm like, I don't even want to. I just want to go to bed now.
No, see, that's when I get going.
Man,
That's when I get going.
well, see, here's the thing, man. The only thing you can do is end your friendship with them because they take it to that level. You know, when people start talking shit like...
What if it's somebody that's not your friend? Fuck them.
I know, but everybody I know is somebody who I've tolerated. Right? If I don't know... There's a lot of people I knew who I decided not to tolerate. Right?
Why do you tolerate me?
Because you're ugly.
We already knew that. Let me get a real answer.
It's like having a bulldog around.
Fuck you, man.
I'm kidding. No.
Damn, man.
It's different for people that I actually see and work with, as opposed to like people on Facebook, people on Instagram, shit like that, you know. But those are people who, if I saw them in real life, we'd be like, "Hey, what up?"
And that's it.
What's going on? May even go to a party and hang out. Who knows, you know? But there's certain issues that could end all of that. Make it to where, like, if you see them, it's like, there's that guy. You know what I mean? And all that can happen through here.
Yeah.
Right through here. I could be like, hey.
Remember, it's all communication. It's all communication.
Yeah, but like actual real life, think of it as like a living, breathing thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Happened.
Yes.
And think of that as like a vein of life.
Yes.
That all went zzz, zip, and then it came out black. You know what I mean? Like, literally, that's like...
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I see it as irrational. Just complete irrationality from certain people. Like... I just... When I speak about things I don't know about, it's joking. I make jokes and cracks on things I don't know and don't understand.
Why? Is that a defense mechanism?
No.
Because you're a fucking idiot?
No, I think it's just fun.
Okay.
It's like if a topic comes up and I don't know all the details, I'm not going to try to, like, press an actual point.
Yeah.
I'd rather just make a joke out of it. And... what I see a lot of people is when the topics come up, they actually try to make valid legal arguments based on things that they found out fifth hand. You know what I mean? Like,
it's easier. Honestly, it's easier to say you don't know if you don't know than try to spit out a bunch of bullshit.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, the case in point, man. If you ask somebody about Trump, you know, they're just gonna say, "Fuck Trump."
Right, because motherfuckers trying to Trump. But they can't,
no.
they can't Trump.
Yeah, right, I got you, but fuck Trump. And if you were to say things like, well, wait a minute, he did a lot of things while he was in office. He did a lot of shit, right? Not the least of which was amend the 3 Strikes You're Out Act and free lots of prisoners. Lots of people who were in jail for petty crimes. But they were in there for a while because it's 3 strikes, you know, got freed. A lot of fucking inner cities got big, huge grants to the people, to people that want to start businesses and shit. You know what I mean? He made it easier for you to start a business if you want to, instead of having to go through all the red tape and shit. Like, he's literally making sure we have a lock on our door as far as the border's concerned. You know, making sure at least that we're safe at night. You know, to me, that's what a lot of people don't. People think about the border and they think about, like, freedom and shit, right? But I just, like, if you metaphorically think about it as like your house, right? And you want to be able to not only hang out during the day, right? But sleep at night. And that's the thing about the border is like, can you really sleep at night knowing that you don't know anything about what's happening around you? Right? You don't know anything. You have to take the word of somebody who you don't know, who says, don't worry.
Right.
I'm doing crime over here, but it's good. Don't worry. You know, like, not now. If it, I don't know a way to make crossing the border illegally not a crime. I don't know a way to do that. If you think about every single other place in the world, all around the world, and all through history, countries stopped each other at a wall or at a certain point. This is me, this is you. You know what I mean? Like, I think, I don't know if immigration is as easy in like Europe. Like, is it as easy to walk across the border of like Africa and Egypt or something? You know, I don't know.
Well,
like,
Egypt is part of Africa, dumbass.
Well, I'm saying like they're like right up on top, man. I think
Egypt is still a country in Africa.
Right, but can you walk across the borders? Like here, you can't.
I don't know. I ain't never been there.
Like the United States and Canada, it's all part of the America, right? But I'm just saying, you can't cross the border. Like here in America, over there, can you cross borders and just move? Just move to another country, like. Or is there,
I mean, I'm sure you can, but I'm saying I'm sure there's like, you know, stuff you got to do. I guess I don't know.
Right. And I mean, honestly, I think it's that way everywhere. What I'm honestly doing is checking myself. I'm saying, well, is it illegal everywhere to cross borders and, you know, try to live in another place without declaring yourself? Yeah, but it's like
certain countries over in Europe and shit, like you get on the goddamn train, ride an hour and shit, nigga, you like 3 countries away and shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now, can you legally work in that country if you live in another country? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Can you stay there legally and all that shit? Like, do you have to have a passport to do that?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Because that's another thing, you know.
You can stay at the hostel.
I'll never stay at a hostel.
Why?
Because I don't want to get chopped up. I'm afraid of drill bits.
Oh, god damn.
You know what I mean?
That was fucked. You like drilling like right in the top of the knee with that shit.
Right.
God damn.
I remember we were watching Hostel 2 with Paula, and the scene where like guy gets his dick cut off with the shears. She was like, "Yeah!"
Seriously? Damn.
She was like, "Fucking yeah!"
I'm like, damn, bitch.
I know. I was like, hey, of course Paula likes the scene where somebody's cock gets cut off. She was like, yeah. No shame in that game. Speaking of no shame, I'm falling asleep now. We did a whole other hour of.
Yeah, I know. We need to cut this bullshit, bro. Because it's almost 8 o'clock. I need to bounce.
Yeah, my whole comedic timing is slipping.
Yeah.
Can't have that. Say goodnight, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
Good night, Steve.